We are back, and in today's video, we are going over some tips and tricks for cleaning the cache. This is an absolutely epic discovery. I'd like to send a shout out, first of all, to our man DRT for all the advice he gave us in yesterday's stream. Feel free to go back, look at that, follow along with the live chat to see what we're discussing in there, as far as several different tips he gave us for our Flight Sim 2024. And I'd also like to send a gigantic shout out to a gentleman by the name of Sandman X1559 for this right here. This script automates cleaning your 2020 or 2024 cache, for that matter. It just depends on what folder you're doing this to. I think it might actually not even have to be folder specific. Read the instructions that he provides. I have a link to the description. I have a link to the forums post, I should say, in the description that will lead you to this script. This is great. So what we're seeing here is that we're getting a lot of CTDs and things like that along the way, and I think we have, once again been told by DRT to make sure that we're cleaning our cache, which makes sense. You want to dump some of that older information so you're not bringing up those same issues again and again and again. Now, from what I can tell, just from the little bit that I've actually flown since in putting the script in there, there's a difference, okay? This is working. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back in and see if you can notice a difference, and hopefully some of these tips and tricks for cleaning the cache work, right? I think they will. I think we're going to have a good time with it. It should be really fun. The best part about it is if you read all the way through it, he goes through how to automate this process. Absolutely cool. Another great thing about this video right here is I've had a lot of people asking, not just in chats and comments and things like that, but my friends around the neighborhood and, people I know that do this, they have taught me one thing that's kind of ridiculous. And a lot of people don't really know where to find their cache. Let's see if I can remember it in real time. It's not in advanced options. Let's go all the way back to the main menu. I'm probably going to struggle through this. I should have practiced this at least one or two more times before going live here. However, we're going to do it so I can struggle with you. I know it's not easy for everyone. It certainly wasn't easy for me. It's in the Microsoft Marketplace. So from the main menu, go into the Marketplace. From there, go to My Library in the upper left-hand corner, and now to the search bar and to the settings cogwheel next to search. Once that's opened up, you can see that it is listing where your folder is. Your community folder is displayed through the store, because when you buy something from the store, that's the folder it wants to send it to. So that is how you get back and forth between, I can't even really put this one together into words very well, can I? Either way, that's the process you're going to go through to find out where your community folder is located for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. Once that's, all kind of figured out, go through the steps that Sandman X1559 put up on that forums post. It is a little bit older. Like I said, it was kind of meant for the 2020 version, but it is effective still in 2024, at least as far as I can tell. I haven't had any CTDs or issues like that since running that script. I haven't automated it just yet. I will go through that process once Thanksgiving passes and we have a little bit more time on our hands. But I want to go through one quick flight right here and see if we notice any differences right off the bat. I've got my aircraft back set to on. We're good to go. This seems to have already created more of a good flow between these screens. It used to sort of glitch a little bit in and out, and now I'm getting smooth motion as it progresses through the menu system and carries you further towards a mission. So even that is a very noticeable difference. right off the bat. You know, we used to get a little bit of stutter at these points. None of that is really happening after I ran that script. Once your cache is clean, the process becomes a much more smooth. Again, DRT, thanks for the advice about cleaning out our MSFS 2024 cache, which led me down a rabbit hole in the forums to find Sandman X1559 script, which has appeared to do wonders right off the bat. Super, super cool. I'm loving it. It's exciting the way this community gets together and helps one another out. I'm down for it. I'm loving it. I appreciate all of your support out there, guys. I hope this information is helpful for you. Again, I appreciate your feedback. And if you do try this in your system, let me know how it works for you. I haven't found anything related to how to clean your cache in the Xbox format or on that platform, or any other type of system that I don't know if it works or how it would work, I should say, for an Xbox console. But as far as the PC goes, this has almost instantaneously changed the experience just by simply cleaning the cache. Really, really cool. Simple but effective, just the way I like it. The experience already is just, it's smoother. And that's the only thing I did differently, was to empty out the cache. Start with a fresh batch, because they've been pushing out little packet updates here and there. And so far, my system has been reacting pretty much the same way since the Epic launch. It has, cleaned up a little bit here and there, but nothing has made more of a positive impact on frame rates and CTDs and other instances of nonsense than cleaning up my cache. Just a brilliant idea. Why I didn't think of it sooner, I don't know. Consider me a little bit distracted with just how beautiful this simulator is, but now that we know, and I'm going to share it to you. Again, the link for that script is in the description. Again, a very special thank you to Sandman X1559 and DRT for all their help. Killing it, guys. This community is together. It's large, and we're in for it. I'm all in. Let's get this bad boy fired up quick, fast, and dirty the way I like it. I don't like to go through any of the skips. I like to just make sure we can fire up our chopper here. Let's put a little bit of power into that rot there. We got our mag off. We should be good to go. Where are we at right here? Okay. Waiting for the engine to start up. We got our passenger on board. Dude's got a great mustache. Okay, how you doing today, buddy? That's pretty good. Just got a seatbelt on. We're locked in, ready to go. Got our EFB in place. Ground crew walking around outside. Let's get this party started. Again, this is not the first time I've loaded in after running this script, but what a difference already. Pretty amazing. So, here we go. Let's load up a little bit of that good old-fashioned Microsoft background here so you guys can hear what's going on with that. Waiting for the engine startup. Still, what am I missing here? I've got my mags on. Blades not locked. All right. Let's try to get that thing going.
Captain, seems like you're ready.
Right there.
Isn't it just perfect for a little tour?
Let's get off the ground. Let's see.
For today's scenic flight, you're guiding Martine by his own over our charming local town of Arnhem.
Quick, fast, and simple.
Seatbelt fastened? Then you're all set. Let's fly.
Finding that community folder in 24 was also a little bit of a trick, because it's not in the same spot that your 2020 folder was at all.
Dealing ground SAR, Heli 241 Golf, Charlie Romeo, 889er request taxi for takeoff departing straight out.
SAR Heli 241 Golf,
Finding a lot
Charlie
of
Romeo
animals doing
889er
these
taxi
missions
to and
lately.
hold short of runway
It's
19er
great.
using taxiway Alpha. Contact tower on 122.1 when ready.
Here we go. Clearance is ready. And now just take off.
Taxi to and hold
Try
short
to
runway,
do our
19er via
ground
taxiway Alpha. Start Heli 241 Golf, Charlie
the
Romeo
flight
889er.
characteristics of the model at this point since cleaning that cache.
I've never flown before, so I'm kind of stepping out of my comfort zone here. I'm Martine, by the way.
We also learned from DDT that we can keybind these assistances and take those on and off, so we can make this more of a EFB flight plan type of mission and get those assistants off the screen. We do still see the hold shorts and the parking depicted on screen, but at least we don't have the taxiway arrows or the frames in the sky as we're flying. Nice little tip right there, cleans up the display, the view, makes it nice. Absolutely loving it already. Just such a smooth experience, and all I did was clean the cache. Now I'm still seeing if we are going to be required to talk to
Dealing
ATC,
Tower SAR Heli
or if
241
this
Golf,
will
Charlie
also
Romeo
fix that
889er
issue.
at runway, 19er ready for departure, straight out departure.
Not my most stable.
SAR Heli 241 Golf, Charlie Romeo 889er QNH 101 tree, straight out departure approved. Cleared for takeoff runway
Because I
19er.
want to see if this is cleared in, and I'm just waiting for these. And only
Clear for
thing I'm
takeoff,
doing right
runway
now is
19er SAR,
button
Heli
tap to
241 Golf,
quickly plan
Charlie
to go
Romeo
through mission
889er.
I want to avoid ATC's menu at the same time if possible.
As you know,
Mainly to reduce
I'm really
the amount
anxious
of
about
things
this
I have
flight
to do
captain.
while flying. I'd like to keep my hands on the controls as much as possible and not have to go back and forth between mission stops and ATC. The flag moving a little bit right there. Again, I didn't really check what the conditions were. I probably should do that a little bit more frequently, but either way, we're experiencing this in a much different way right now than I was even 24 hours ago.
Only one way to find out. Oh my, butterflies in my stomach.
Pretty amazing. We're coming up to 400 feet. We're going to find out real quick if we get any dings for stuff that we're not announcing to ATC. I don't know. We shall see. I think this music might be a little bit loud there in the background over my voice because I'm not always the most loud speaker. There we go. Something like that should be just a little bit better, hopefully, for you. Clean that up. We're at the 400 mark. We're going to fly to Pitch and Putt Golf Papendal. And again, I'm just going to try to use the EFB and my magenta line to go through this. I'm only going to fly one mission today because we do have to get out and spend some time with family, as today in the United States we are celebrating Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody out there. I hope you guys are enjoying your family either before, during, or after this video. We have a lot to be thankful for. It's just been a blessing of a year for me. Hopefully the same for you. Let's see if we can get down and dirty here while we do this, because I'm enjoying the flight characteristics. I want to take our guy over here, Martejit, for a ride. Getting a lot of great comments from viewers as well, and I just really appreciate the interaction. It's super cool that you guys are as interested in this as I am. Hopefully the content is interesting. So you can actually see the bubble develop in front of me as the grass gets generated And again, while I stream, I do have the graphics settings down, but if you compare this video to what you've seen prior, you'll notice that those are actually generating differently than they were prior in a more smooth fashion. It's actually extremely helpful already. Happy Thanksgiving from Canada, man. Look at this. Fox Cantor, we appreciate you stopping by. I hopefully corrected that volume issue there. I can turn it down even more if we want. How about something a little bit lower? We'll go in there like that. That should clean it up. Again, I'm going to throw up this little script right here just in case my voice was too low at the very beginning of the video. What we've got is a special thanks to Sandman X1559 for this script. The description will have a link to where I found this on the Microsoft forums. It is actually even a way to automate a disk cache clean. And it is something that you can do specific for the flight simulator based off of what you deselect and select while in that process of loading that script onto your PC. Again, I'm not sure if it's something possible for the Xbox, but on a PC, in my personal experience with that script over the last 24 hours, it has worked wonders. Absolutely incredible difference. He sees it. I don't, but he does. So this is the point where I'm just going to maybe throw that little assistance on for just a moment, since I'm unfamiliar with where this area is. I want to get an idea. I mean, I'm obviously close to the point of interest based off of the flight path. But if I throw this up real quick, you can see that it's still just a little bit in front of me. Once you get familiar with an area and you actually know where these things are, that'll be completely unnecessary. But as I have never flown here before or been here, it's kind of helpful. Not as helpful as that script, though. Amazing difference right off the bat. Just a much better experience all the way together. Came a little bit underneath that altitude right there. That's all right. We're gonna throw it up one more time. Make sure, yeah, we're on it. We're a little bit close to it. Maybe go back out just a hair. Keep that thing in his windscreen again, so we can try to maximize our points on the way out. Trying to get the quality of sightseeing up and above 75% still. Perhaps with this cache cleaning fix, we'll be able to actually reach something more like 100% for sightseeing quality. Maybe not with a flight like this, but we're going to make the orbit all the way around since the flight path is kind of behind me at this point. We're going to bring it down a little bit low as we exit the area so we can give Martin here a better flight. Saw some horses yesterday, lots of cows, even on the airport, which was pretty interesting. Got out of the helicopter, went to say hi, and kind of spooked them. They wound up running away, but even their animations are smoothing out. Deviating slightly from our flight plan, but that is intentional, just trying to find some animals out here. I don't know if this impacts it negatively or not, but I honestly think that it shouldn't. I mean, why would it? Except for like the ATC. Good flight, Commander. I appreciate that. I'd like to think so. I try hard. I mean, you got to put in some effort. I'm going to bring up my ATC just for giggles here, and we're going to find out if we've missed any callings, because I have seen that it didn't actually... Okay. I haven't gotten any negative marks yet. See, I think just that one little issue, man, is what kept the little CTDs and hiccups along the way happening. A brilliant discovery, and why I didn't think of it is honestly a little bit disappointing, but I digress. We got it. We're here. The community's helping each other out, and that's what this is all about, right? That something so simple. And the fact that he's got it automated, I cannot wait to finish up with that script. Genius. I wish I could be a code writer, but I'm just not. The flight characteristics are absolutely just fantastic, even compared to what they were yesterday, and I wasn't complaining about that. But I do have a much better rotor authority on it, like a rudder authority, not rotor. The rudder authority, and it's a much smoother movement today than it was yesterday. I did have a little bit of a sticking issue, like when I was pushing either the left or right foot forward a little bit. It was kind of sticking, and that's just the equipment itself. It has nothing to do with the simulator. Again, we're going to throw up our little... Okay, so it should be over here to our left just a skosh, and then we're going to turn that back off. Where is it? Okay, that tag doesn't seem... There we go. Finally came in there. All right, maybe because we're just going in and out. But either way... This thing is in such better shape today than it was yesterday. Big, big difference. As I start to get a little bit further into the rudder, I'm getting a little bit of a sticky feel just on the equipment. So that's where that little glitch is coming from. Not doing too good at keeping this altitude today. Wow. A little wind going on. That was aggressive. He didn't say anything about it, though, so I didn't make him puke. He's all right. He's going to make it through. I think we're going to go check out our little tower over here in the background next. Since we've got that one out of the way, let's deviate one more time and keep showing Martin. Yeah, you. What's going on over here? Slow this bad boy down even more. Speed it back up. Let's come in here and let's spook him. Let's see if we can spook him. Oh, we got some power lines, a little radio tower down here. No, I'm not going to be able to spook him as much. Let's see if we can make it under the wires. Oh, yeah, we're going to clear that for sure. Yeah, there's just doing a little bit of agriculture flight while we're, you know, taking our bike for a ride. It's all good. He doesn't mind. Quick reply for ATC handoff. See, I didn't have to bring up my ATC window at all, and I'm going to attribute that solely to cleaning out my cache. We will also find out if it's completely effective once we get back after this mission to see what the scores are like. I'll also be testing this out to see if I stay on the flight plan more strictly. It has a better result. You better like this, home slice. Get some. Get a piece. Now I'm starting to come way down in that speed.
Such a stunning view.
Stunning. Mm-hmm. See, he compliments it. He likes it. All we got to do now is get paid for it. Got that back up to around the 70 knot mark. We're coming back up on our flight path. Just a quickie, in and out. I don't know if you notice it, or I don't know if you're noticing the differences as much as I am, but they are extremely noticeable. I don't see any animals today, which is quite unfortunate. Should we take a dive into the field, find out what's going on down here? Got any cows in your field, homie? We'll do one quick orbit through and see if anything comes in. Doesn't look like it. We got some hay barrels.
Seeing the world from up here. Everything's so clear and detailed.
I love the... Whoa, okay, we got some power lines that decided to pop in just at the last second there. We're going to barely make it over those. That was interesting. Yeah, it was close. And I don't think our Cabri has a wire safety protection system in it. But of course we're in sim and it probably wouldn't have done anything anyway. Because they haven't modeled power lines, just the towers. But I love this variety of trees here. You'll get a couple of pieces of dead wood in there, and the tree variety is also specific to that biome. And in each location, you're finding biome-specific trees.
Here we are, belted in for adventure, right?
It's truly remarkable. And then the seasons change on top of it. Oh, I need to take those little call-outs off, too. That's just quite distracting. I don't know why I've got those still on. So far, so good. A simple cache cleaning. Went to 67%, so I can't proceed to aerial construction. Interesting. Hello, I just wondered, have you ever done sling? I haven't done it, and everything was perfect, and the rating said so, except the drop precision, even when dropped right on the helipad, from the helipad. Yeah. I have done sling. It is extremely difficult. What makes it hard is there is no real good view out of the airframe. Again, it's a little bit glitchy. However, I am also going to continue to put out videos and try things like that to show you in real time what cleaning a cache can do. Try it on your own time. The link for that script is in the description. Again, a great big shout out to Sandman X1559 for providing that script in the Microsoft forums. But I went ahead and cleaned my cache last night, and the difference that I am seeing is astonishing. So perhaps some of those little glitches and bugs that you're seeing with the sling will also be related. I'm having a very hard time talking today, apparently. I haven't even started drinking yet. But hopefully, these issues that we're finding with sling loads are going to be related to just old code causing issues. So even after they're pushing their packet updates and things like that, if we're not cleaning out our cache on a regular basis, our machines are pulling up data that was causing issue. So what Sandman's script does is clean the cache for your 2024 flight sim and only your flight sim. You can protect your other documents so it doesn't clean out that cache. But so far, so good. And it's also something that you can automate within the command prompt of your PC. I'm not sure if it works on Xbox, but so far this has had a tremendous impact on the overall experience. Flight controls are so much better. I mean, they were good yesterday, but I mean, the smoothness of it just in 24 hours, and all I did was clean that cache, is so noticeable. Looking forward to getting into some different aircraft too and seeing if it will also make trimming them even easier after going through the settings and cleaning up some of my key bindings. I was able to get much better flight characteristics and, you know, appropriate trims to work, but I'm so curious to see what's going to happen after this cache cleaning was done. QB, you're welcome. It's my pleasure. Happy to help. I really hope it helps you out. And let me know if you do. Come back, comment on the video. Let me know how it went for you. And again, I'll probably get into another video maybe tomorrow with some more sling loading, and we'll go through some tips and tricks in a live environment there as well, so you can join in and see what happens. Well, it looks like we got a little bit of a unmodeled. Okay. I thought we were modeling all of these airports for gliders. That, to me, doesn't look like a modeled airport at all. Looks a little bit like photogrammetry. Oh, we're at another POI right now. Our flight bag has us. Okay. I'm not really seeing where it would be there. So let's put that bad boy away and put these assistants up real quick. It wants me to go all the way back to the... What? To the Rosa. Okay. I don't think we went around the golf club just yet. But we got some ways to go. All right, she's over there. All right, we could turn those back off right now. As you see, it's just helpful to kind of bring those in and out. Yeah, I'm noticing that right now. Jacob, thanks for paying attention more than I am. It is interesting to find that, again, we've been told that all of these airports were going to be modeled, and we're finding one that isn't. Any cows down here? Oh, I don't know. Let's get back in here. Let's see. Let's go animal hunting. Oh, I'm gonna get dinged for doing it though. This thing has already got me trying to stay at 650 with 70 knots, so I shouldn't do that. Boo.
Captain, can we fly a bit closer, please? I'd really like to capture more details.
Cruising right along in my G2. Yes, I am still flying the Cabri, but it is in my airline, so I'm making much more money with this doing flight seeing missions than I would be if I were still doing employee work in an aircraft that I would rather fly, like the 125, but it is what it is. Am I passing it up again? I shouldn't. No, I didn't think so. All right, but we do need to slow down. We are getting close to it. Let's get back in the cockpit. And again, for these streams, I've got my video settings down, so it's not what it is when I'm not streaming. But still, what an incredible improvement from last sim. That 2020 version was great, but this is everything it should be. All right, we're getting a little closer. We're going to get this down to 70 knots. Zoom in on our EFB a little bit. You can see the golf course coming up. Looks rather buried in the trees just looking out of the glass, but we're coming up on it. The rudder pedals I use are not the greatest. I am using the Thrustmaster T16000M HOTAS. It's the full system with their T-Bar Collective, cyclic, and rudder pedals. They are a little bit sticky, to be honest. I can try to get really smooth movement out of them. It works sometimes. But when you get towards the back end of a rudder push, they tend to get a little bit sticky. So it gets some jerky movements. It is something I want to update as well. Something with much more smoother input. Well, sinking down here again. Nice slow roll over the golf course. My pleasure, Jacob. It's worked for me thus far, though. I mean, I am, I'd like to say that I handle the choppers pretty well with this controller. So I mean, it's not the worst. It was definitely not the most expensive, that's for sure. And that was really the reason why I went for this specific model, was just pricing, because they can get pretty pricey for these controllers. Quick reply. Let's try it. Full stop landing. See, it is working today. Yesterday, every other day prior to this, I would have to bounce back and forth between ATC and mission steps. Not anymore.
SAR Heli 241 Golf Charlie Romeo 889er D-Lin Tower. QNH 101 tree enter left downwind runway 19.
I think what I might do here is I'm going to deviate the plan. Because unfortunately, I don't have very many patients today. I'm just kidding. I'm actually ruining my testing by doing this, sort of. But I don't think it should impact sightseeing quality. If anything, it's going to impact ATC, and we should see a difference between that. We shall see. We shall see. I like that. It can be dampered so it stays in place. I'll have to investigate that one. Very cool, QB. Appreciate that. Check that out for sure. Let's come back in here. Let's zoom this in. Again, I'm in an area that I'm unfamiliar with. I can see my runway. I think what we're in the pattern. Our runway should be somewhere out here. VKB Gladiator. Okay. Now, see, what do we got down here? That's not our airport, is it? Wait a minute. Yeah, I didn't think so. The airport's right there. You can see the runway and everything. $135 USD. Not bad at all. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. I've definitely seen worse. Coming into the traffic pattern. Let's get this thing on final. What a difference. Clean thy cache, people. Clean thy cache. Earlier on in the video, we showed you where your 2024 community folder was located by going into the marketplace, going up to that little search bar, clicking the settings icon next to it, and you can actually find out where the file what the file path is for your machine, where it is saving your cache and community folder. Make an approach to runway 19. Again, I have not used communications with ATC this time around, and I will attribute that 100% to a clean cache.
SAR Heli 241 Golf Charlie Romeo 889er.
You are not cleared to land. See, it is going to ding me for it, though. Yeah, I spoke too soon. See, but it has fixed some things, so I can't complain. We made it this far into the flight without having to communicate with them. Or maybe I should just consider it mandatory, because in real life, you're supposed to be communicating with ATC, and I'm just trying to cut corners, apparently. A little bit shaky on that little turnaround right there. Quick reply. Taxi to park. You see, it's not going to work again. We're back into our same issues. It did off. Oh, wait a minute. I'm speaking too soon again. Parking clearance. That one's going to stay stuck. So every time I've had to do this, what I need to do is touch down on the taxiway.
So cool. Thanks.
come up into the ATC communications and say request taxi to parking. That triggers it. So we're still working some things out, but what an incredible difference. I am actually pretty happy with that. Most definitely. Let's see if I can get to my parking without any assistance this time around. What'd you think of that flight there, buddy? How's it going, Martin? I thought it was okay. I'm pretty happy with it. I don't use any VR or head tracking. I just use the camera movements with my hat switch. So, if you're wondering, that is not part of what's going on whatsoever. It's just me running the camera in a 2D environment. We're gonna put this thing down on the parking, wrap this bad boy up. Yeah, there's another infringement. Speeding along, trying to go too fast. So impatient, absolutely ridiculous. But hopefully, this little tip right here is a Thanksgiving gift to everybody. Check that script out. We've got Sandman X1559 to thank for it. It is an automated script, so it actually runs itself on a schedule. And it is doing wonders for this simulator. Absolutely fantastic. Wow. I looked away from the computer for a second and we just put it down like a rock. Okay. Don't worry, I'll pay for that later. We're going to do our quick shutdown because why not? Turn off that fuel. We're going to turn off that plasma and that mag. Shutdown complete. Going to roll back some throttle on there. And let's take our fuel mixture, put that to off. We're going to overspeed our rotor brake, burn things up, because I'm not as patient as I should be. However, kudos, Sandman, and your little script. Clean your cache, everyone. If you didn't see it so far, go back, watch this video again. I can promise you, at least from my own experience, that this is an effective method to cleaning out your cache and getting smoother flights, less glitches. 48%. Okay, yeah, that was not effective. Moving on. Good stuff, good stuff. We're still going to get some good XP bonus. I got the A, not horrible. Either way, this is what we're talking about right here. This script right here. It's a lot to read. It's very easy to install. I absolutely recommend you checking it out. I appreciate you guys stopping by. We are going to see you in the next one. That's it. That's all. It has been a ball.